Hello, everyone. I am the host of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast, the Jack of Hearts, and today I wanted to go forth and just recap of what happened at Microsoft's E3 2014 press conference. So, for this year, Microsoft had a total shift in momentum, in my honest opinion. I mean, last year they were so kind of conservative. I mean, they still had a lot of game announcements and stuff, some good games here and there, but they mostly focused upon multimedia functions around like all their like various apps that they were getting on their system, like all their various little things with Connect. But this year, it just seemed really focused upon the hardcore gamer. For instance, the first thing that they showed, obviously, and even though I know there are certain gamers that don't like this series very much or are getting tired of it, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The footage itself I thought was really good, really put together well and stuff like that. There were certain aspects of some other previous like shooter games that I saw that were really implemented well, like say you had all these futuristic type of like dealies and stuff like that that kind of reminded me somewhat of Titanfall. And then you have like certain other like aspects where it just really seemed like there was a lot of borrowed elements inside this Advanced Warfare game in and of itself, but it still looked like it remained true to what Call of Duty has been, like really streamlined, a little bit of this and that. But the biggest thing from that is like the DLC content will be coming first to the Xbox One, kind of like how it was. Actually, it was exactly how it was for the Xbox 360 when back, when those games got pretty much announced at E3 at years past. But there are a couple other little exclusive things that Microsoft did show. For instance, this hilarious trailer for Sunset Overdrive. I mean, it's cartoony, it's campy. You could say whatever you want of the gameplay really itself, but I was really entertained by the way it was presented by like Insomniac Games, by their whole like aspect of showcasing what the game's total theme and stuff like that. It's just very lighthearted. I really like it. I really love the gameplay aspect because it seems smooth, it seems fast, it seems like the type of experience that's just what I really want to play on the Xbox One in general. And I love the little spoof at the beginning. If you haven't watched it, seriously, go to YouTube, go to wherever you want, and watch that trailer for Sunset Overdrive because it is fun. I like it. And I bet you would like it too. I also love, like, in the beginning of the trailer and stuff where, like, where they basically poke fun of, like, cover-based shooters and stuff like that. Oh, hey, that's so this and that. That's so in the past. Here's how you do it in actuality in this game. It's just that certain freshness and diversity that you really want to have inside of your console. Because in my personal opinion and stuff, I'm really not much of a first-person shooter fan. I mean, there are certain series that I do like, but inside this game, it's just more like creative, more whimsical, more type of my style that I like to experience. But the next game really what kind of caught me off guard here was the DLC content here for Dead Rising 3. I mean, this is just crazy-ass, like, Capcom silliness really at its best. I mean, you can have all these various costumes that dress like Ryu, Akuma, Chun-Li, and all these other various retro Capcom characters, which it's just utterly hilarious of what they Capcom actually did with this. And it's available right now for your Xbox One, so if you have Dead Rising 3, give this DLC content a shot. It looks like a ton of fun. But other than that, I mean, hell, I'm almost convinced just to go ahead and just pick up Dead Rising 3 because of this type of content. Okay, the next what's on here is a bunch of like random like gameplay, like trailers and stuff like that. Like beginning with Dragon Age Inquisition. I mean, the overall trailer I thought looked really excellent, played really well. But still, I just need to see some more gameplay of it. Same thing with like Evolve. Evolve had some gameplay elements inside of its trailer, but it really showcased like how it would be in motion stuff with the 4v1, 4 players as a team taking on like the monster and stuff, which you can control as well. I still just want to see some more content from this one. But other than that, there was a live demo for Witcher 3. I love The Witcher 3. I just love how this game looks. I love how like seamless the gameplay, emotion just really is in motion. I know I'm just kind of a little bit tongue-tied because I'm just so excited after just watching a lot of this stuff. But overall, I just want to see where else this game is going to go. I mean, this type of RPG I've been really craving on the new consoles since at the moment for both Xbox One and for PS4, there's just sort of like kind of a drought moment inside games I really want to play. And The Witcher 3 just looks like that type of game coming out later on this year that I would probably enjoy a lot. Now, turning away from an RPG, we're going to go into a little bit of a first-person shooter series that I pretty much like. It's one of the few that I really like, including, like, say, Half-Life and other stuff like that. But the Halo Anniversary Collection. Now, I'm a big old-school Halo fan. I mean, one of my first games that I played on the Xbox 360 before the backwards compatibility of the original games was pretty much cut altogether was Halo 2. And the main reason why I liked Halo 2 is because the campaign, it was fun to play, but the multiplayer was such a blast. All the various, like, the maps and stuff, like a whole of various craziness and that. But with this Halo Anniversary Edition that's coming in November of the later on in 2014, you get not only just Halo 1 through 4, but you get all the multiplayer content from all those past games. Which, that is crazy. That is a good deal. For a $60 game, and it is confirmed, $60, you get all these various games, all these good experiences, and all of that for $60? I mean, Jesus criminy, man. It's like, most hardcore games probably could pay, hell, like 90, maybe $100 for some of this content, if they're really interested in the Halo series, actually, But yeah, that is the type of content that Microsoft really needed to try to drive some more sales of the Xbox One. I mean, hell, with their price cut and everything to like $400 without the Kinect, just the game content like a Halo Anniversary Edition, like a Witcher 3, even though that's third party. Sunset Overdrive, obviously. And also another game that I think is going to be a little bit of a sleeper hit, Project Spark. Now, the new thing that was really unveiled here for Project Spark is like it's advertising like at least thousands upon user-created levels and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me a bit of Little Big Planet in a way, because in Little Big Planet, even though that's classified really as a platformer, you have the options to create all sorts of various stages, all sorts of various little worlds, collect stickers, do this and do that. But the difference between that and, say, Project Spark is you can actually create whole environments, like whole worlds and stuff, like in a 3D space, it looks like. And plus, you actually have, and which surprised me, by the way, have the element of actually using Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean, that's an old IP. That's something that has been used in over 10 years, at least. That's dating back to, like, the original, like, Xbox. You know? And even some of us old school gamers, the 64. I mean, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean, that's one of the best N64 games, in my opinion. But yeah, just using Conker inside Project Spark, that adds some appeal to it. But yeah, I really feel this is going to be a sleeper hit that is probably going to be going on under the radar a bit up until its initial release. Now let's see, what else was there? There was the unveiling of the new Tomb Raider game, The Rise of Tomb Raider. There was no gameplay footage shown, but the trailer for it, it just looks fantastic. I mean, really well done. I mean, the original success of Tomb Raider, the reboot, I'm just loving it. I want to play some more Tomb Raider. I really need to finish the original one before I start up with this. But overall, yes, that's a game I'm going to be playing. Now, the last game I just wanted to go over before, I just end up like preparing for the next press conference right here is Crackdown 3. There's a surprise right there. Crackdown 3 is coming back, and it's going to be even crazier. There wasn't any gameplay that was shown, obviously, and it's a future, like, 2015 title. But, in aspect, I would just love to go back inside the Crackdown world and just experience things like collecting orbs, doing this, doing that, because it looks like it's going to be a dramatic improvement over the letdown that was Crackdown 2. So, yeah, that's pretty much like Microsoft's E3 2014 press conference as a whole. I mean, there was some other unveiling stuff like Project Dawn or something like that? I know, I'm kind of at a loss for words here, but yeah, it's just a lot of big-name games, a lot of interesting stuff, and I firmly believe that this is probably going to be one of the biggest decisions that's going to drive me to get an Xbox One in the future, because of all of these crazy stuff that they're going to be releasing at near the end of 2014 and even at the beginning of 2015. Anyway, for anybody that's still watching this, if you're interested inside the podcast that I host, please go on to iTunes, download a couple of episodes of the Drunk-Nerds podcast. We just recently got to 50 episodes. I mean, that's a great milestone. And we sure as hell are going to be doing our best shot in order to do at least 50 more, or how many more, until we just get sick and tired of doing it. So, there you have it in a nutshell. I have been the Jack of Hearts, and stay tuned. More E3 content will be coming in just a few short hours. See ya!